2024 has only just begun, and already there are a ton of new exciting Skyrim mods for us to enjoy, and these are a small collection that caught my eye. First and foremost is a new mod called Fury Animal Taming of Skyrim, inspired by the Older Instincts Animal Taming mod. At its heart, this mod will let you tame wild animals to become your pet. Basically, any wild beast you can think of can be tamed and trained. How it works, you will have to unlock a certain perk in the speech tree that gives you the ability to tame animals. As of now, this feature has been integrated into the vanilla perk tree, as well as the Ordinator, Valkyrie, and Adamant modded perk trees. Once unlocked, you can interact with any animal to feed them, and if you provide enough food, they will become your pet. For aggressive animals like a saber cat, you will have to knock it down to 25% health before being able to feed it. Once tamed, your new pet essentially acts as a follower where it will help you in combat, hold items for you, and keep you company. But it also comes with additional features such as leveling, where you can train and increase the stats of your pet, naming to give your pet a random name, and riding, which allows you to mount larger tamed animals if you have the required perk. There are also racial abilities and spells that help improve your taming skills or allow you to buff your furry companions. But before you start your very own animal pack, there is a maximum size limit to what you can tame. Each animal comes with its own size. For example, a bear is very large, so you can only have one, but a chicken is very small, so you could tame up to 3 at the same time. This offers some balance and prevents you from building an entire animal army. Altogether, this mod adds a new archetype to the game, allowing you to play as a beast master and watch your pack devour your enemies around you. Another great new mod is called Extended Guard Dialogue, that makes it so guards have much more to say and talk about in game. Often, you would just hear the same lines repeated over and over again.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
But now, not only will guards have increased dialogue, but they will also react to certain stats based on your playstyle, locations you have cleared, or just day-to-day changes in the weather.
Careful if you cross the river to the east. Old Hajva Ironhand and his brigands are holed up in that cave, White River Watch.
A great immersive building mod that brings the world to life and makes the player's actions feel more real in Skyrim. Then we have the landscape mod called Fantasia. Made by the same author of Skyland, this texture overhaul will transform all your landscapes around Skyrim with a fantasy-inspired palette. I can say this is a really good mod and one that I have incorporated into my own personal mod list. All the different terrains look fantastic and will increase the overall look of your game tenfold. It also comes with parallax support if you want that nice 3D effect, and is just an overall well-made, high-quality texture overhaul. Up next are some spells, and a new mod called Dark Hierophant Magic got released. This magic mod adds a series of powerful dark destruction spells that look and feel amazing to use in game. The author Kittytail has always made amazing visuals, but this one knocked it out of the park, featuring stunning swords of light and bright rune effects. The spells are also incredibly fun to use, both defensively, where you can conjure a barrier around yourself or chain your enemies to the ground, and offensively, raining down shards of light or creating a giant explosion on your enemies. You can also conjure a sword to simply fight in close quarters, allowing you to adjust your playstyle to different combat scenarios as a mage. Truly a fun and engaging spell mod to use. For ADXP MCO users, a new one-handed moveset called MCO Guardian got released. Inspired by the game Black Desert Online, this moveset works with the one-handed war axe, whether you are just using an axe or together with a shield, and features heavy, exaggerated weapon swings as if your character is really putting all their weight behind each hit. There are a number of light and heavy attacks, as well as combos between the two, and was surprisingly fun to use for a more brutal take on combat. Highly recommended if you're after a Viking type weapon moveset or you just love to wield the one-handed axe. Next are some more simple replacer mods, starting with a series of medieval replacers by the author iimLenny. Over the past few weeks, they have been releasing redesigns of certain objects such as pottery, candlesticks, chests, and much more with a medieval theme. These designs are of course very high quality and will give your game a more rustic and realistic look. To me, these designs all look fantastic and really improve upon the original. So if you do like this kind of style, then I highly recommend checking out the author's mod page, as they have a huge collection of other Skyrim objects with similar designs as well. And the other replacer mod is called Shrubbery Symphony Enhanced Greenery, which replaces several different shrubs and plants with stunning new models, including the pine shrubs, ferns, tundra shrubs, and many more. Some build upon the original, while others completely redesign it, but the great thing about this mod is you are in complete control and can choose what style you prefer in a very detailed installation foam mod. Really user friendly and accommodating for different stylistic choices. Again, the designs of course look amazing and provide a lush, beautiful environment for you to explore. Next is a mod that provides more of a framework called Equip Restrictor. Very simply, this mod will allow you to restrict items or spells if a certain requirement is not met. This kind of mod really opens up a massive amount of possibilities that I'm sure we will see many times in the future. For example, you could restrict a certain item to be female only, or a spell that can only be casted if the actor is above a certain threshold in destruction magic. The options are really endless and could provide a more balanced and subtle approach to how your character interacts with equipment and spells. Then we have the mod called Artifacts of Might, which places 8 unique weapons into the game. These weapons cannot be crafted, instead you will need to explore and find them on your adventures. Given they are much harder to acquire than your average weapon, they of course come with unique properties, but not in the form of an enchantment. Instead, each weapon has a special property. For example, the Harbinger's Claw is a two-handed sword that can swing slightly faster, or the one-handed sword, King Borges, that has a slightly higher rate for critical strikes. I love this type of mod that adds unique items to the game for you to find and promotes active exploration, as well as rewarding you with powerful artifacts to enhance your character build. Next are 2 new armor mods that both look fantastic. Firstly is the Gryphonknight Regalia Breton Noble Armor, which adds a set of heavy armor featuring a metal plate chestpiece and helmet with fur shoulders. This formidable armor set both looks great with its Viking aesthetic and provides a hefty amount of protection in combat. To obtain the armor, you will have to defeat a certain enemy at the Dead Crone Rock, which can be achieved fairly early on in your playthrough and leads to a decent launching pad for your character. This would have to be my top armor mod so far this year. Then, for something completely different, we have the armor mod called Breath of the Dragonborn, which adds 3 unique sets of light armor, as well as 2 swords and shields, all inspired by the Legend of Zelda. These colourful armor sets fit both male and female characters and come with support for several body mods, including CBBE, HIMBO, and BHUNP. So if you want to run around as Link in the world of Skyrim, this is the mod for you. Next is a UI mod that isn't particularly new, but I don't think many people know about it, called EugeneUI. This complete interface overhaul is very ambitious, providing a unique and modern aesthetic to Skyrim's user interface. The mod covers pretty much every aspect, ranging from your heads-up display and compass to your skills and inventory menus, and comes with full support for other mods such as Quick Loot. The designs all complement each other, creating a cohesive playing experience, and I think it bridges the gap nicely between a modern and artistic style that fits Skyrim very well. Currently the mod is still very much a work in progress, and you will notice some unfinished features when trying it out. It's also only available through the author's Patreon page for free, but if you want to help test and try out a new interface overhaul, this is a great option that I would recommend. And lastly is another mod that isn't exactly new, but it flew under my radar last year, so I thought I'd cover it now, called Whiterun Walls. Very simply, this mod will fortify the walls around Whiterun to be much larger and more intimidating to give the appearance of a well-defended city. There are multiple options when installing this mod, where you can choose between low or high walls, as well as an interior only option or both interior and exterior. My personal recommendation would be to pick the high walls option with the exterior add-on. The exterior in particular is a great addition, with more pathways up to the main gate and imposing walls that look out over the Whiterun tundra. But whatever you choose, this mod is a great addition to any mod list. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you again next time. Stay safe and happy modding.